Hello and welcome to Party Center Speaks. This is the podcast for family entertainment center and event venue owners, operators, managers, and staffers looking to grow their business. Want to learn about increasing party bookings, improving facility operations, and offering next level guest experiences? You're in the right place. My name is Danielle Harden, and I am the Customer Success Director here at Party Center Software, and we are so excited to share today's episode with you. So we've got a really special one lined up, another customer spotlight, and we are so thrilled to shine a light on Route 7 Karting and Entertainment. That's right, today we are talking with Christina Dass, the marketing manager. Let's dive in. So Christina, welcome to Party Center Speaks. Excited to have you today.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Awesome. So, let's just kind of start with your story, your background. Could you share a little bit about your background, what got you into the family entertainment industry, and how you landed at Route 7?
Yes. So we are actually family owned and operated. So that, of course, was the biggest pull for me. This is something that my parents and my siblings all decided to do together. My background is in marketing and business. However, I did pivot a little bit more with this entering into the family entertainment center zone. My background with marketing was more in the white collar professional with surgeon offices and law offices. So this was definitely quite the pivot, but a very fun one nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. So then you've got a ton of experience in marketing, and that can bring it over to the FEC world, which we'll touch on later. So I'm really excited to talk about that. But let's talk about Route 7 a little bit. So Route 7 Entertainment, it's such a unique destination and experience. So let's just kind of go over that. Tell me about Route 7. Tell me about your location, your attractions, what led to the creation, where that dream came from. I know that was a loaded question, so, if I need to repeat, let me know, but tell me all there is to know about Route 7.
Yes, so we are definitely a unique location. We are located in Rockledge, Florida, right in the heart of the Space Coast. The dream came originally from my dad. He had sold his older business and wanted to really create something that we could do together as a family. We are just a family of entrepreneurial workers. And so we all have that spirit, wanted to just do something completely new and off the books. And we did look at the franchise route, but he wasn't really seeing anything. He had his own vision in his mind, and it included so much more than really any of us ever dreamed of. We were originally just looking for go-karts and maybe a little bit of bowling added in, which over the course of 5 years of looking for our location turned into indoor go-karts, axe throwing, crazy darts, bi-level laser tag, elevated ropes course, XD dark ride theater, a Ninja Warrior course, a full arcade, and our zip zag zip line that goes all through the ceiling of our establishment. So we are well over 60,000 square feet, and there is never a dull moment in our facility.
Wow, that is a ton of attractions. Like, I'm surprised that you remembered all of that and you could list it
Use
out
my
like
fingers to
perfect.
count every time.
That's awesome. So, okay, what is your favorite attraction in your facility and why? Like, what would they find you doing inside of your facility?
That is a tough question because there's so much, but I think my favorite attraction is probably Crazy Darts. It is such a fun and unique attraction. And I think too, especially as a mom, I'm usually holding a baby or expecting a baby like I am right now. So I don't get to do all of the attractions always. Crazy Darts is just such a fun thing to do with my kids and with a group of friends. It brings everybody together. It brings out that competitive, interactive experience in everybody. And you also get to eat while you do it. So that's always a plus.
Hey, that's awesome. I have not heard of Crazy Dart. So after this, I'm actually going to look that up and see what that is. Is it new?
It is new. Yes, and it's really unique. I think there's only two establishments in Florida that has this attraction. It's essentially a ginormous interactive digital board, and it changes. You can change your game, and it's interactive. The point is, instead of just throwing at the normal dart board, it's a whole screen, and you have to hit moving targets, and it is so much fun. And it's fun to watch people do it. Not only is it fun to physically do it yourself, but so the whole experience is just a great time.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm totally looking that up. And I bet all the viewers, all the listeners, they are going to look that up as well to see if that would be a hit at their facility too. So that's
Yeah,
awesome. You guys are like one of the only two, like you said, down there in Florida with this. So that probably makes you stand out.
it does. It helps a lot too with corporate events. Our corporate events love to do that because they can sit there and they can socialize and just have a great time.
That's awesome. Awesome. Well, let's pivot a little bit. Like, let's go into marketing. So, because you are definitely the marketing expert over at Route 7. So, with your attractions, racing, bowling, laser tag, what is it like to market such a wide variety of experiences all in one roof?
Yes, it's fun, but it can be very challenging. So we have to make sure that we give each attraction its time to shine, of course, and then consistently bring it back to the main message, which is there is fun for everyone at Route 7. So we have a lot of to showcase, not necessarily a lot of time, right, with the customer attention online and social media. So we do have to show quick spurts of excitement and try to explain a story behind each attraction every time and give them their spotlight, like I said, and then still continue to bring it back
That's
to
awesome.
something for everyone here.
Sweet. So, as far as your attractions, I mean, do they all have different pricing? Do you guys have like a combo pass? Tell me a little bit about that, how you kind of market what to pay for and how to target, which direction they should buy, especially with a family of four.
Yes. So, pricing and packages, Danielle, has been one of the biggest challenges for us to figure out in this industry because we never really, like I said, we're not a franchise, right? We were never really given a pricing package. And the one that we were given in the very beginning from a consulting group really didn't work for us, right? And it took us some time to feel that out and understand that we are with so many things involved. We couldn't really be one all-inclusive price tag. So over the years, we've really found a way to divide our attractions into two things. We have our deluxe attractions, and then we have what we call our platinum attractions. And our platinum is our go-karts, our axe throwing, our crazy darts, and our arcades. So those are always going to be a separate ticket. And then we've lumped all of the rest of our attractions into what we call the deluxe pass, which is one of our biggest sellers. So that makes it easy. People can get all of those unlimited for one price and then add on at a discounted rate the other platinum attractions.
That's awesome. Yeah, making it easiest for the customer is always best, right? They want to understand your pricing, especially with all that you guys have going on. So that's awesome that you were able to kind of lump it, like you said, into two main groups. It's got to
Yes.
be easy for your customers to understand. And
Oh my goodness, yes. And that was trial and error, let me tell you. So that was someone told us once before, don't be afraid to play around with your pricing and find your sweet spot. And that was great advice for us because it definitely takes some time to figure out your customer avatar and what they want, because essentially that's what matters, right?
absolutely. And I think that's good advice for everybody. That's probably one of the questions I get asked the most here at PCS is it okay if I change my price? Yes, it is okay to change your price. You know it's going to work. You have to do some tests to figure out what's going to stick, right? So that's
Absolutely.
great advice. Um, let's talk about your promotions. So we talked about your pricing and your packages. Let's talk about your promotions when it comes to maybe some ones that you've ran this summer,
Mhm.
from Father's Day, back to school, maybe a re-grand opening. How do you decide which campaigns to focus on, and how does that engage your audience?
Yes. So our campaigns and our promos are always aligned with the calendar, right? Any kind of holiday, any kind of season coming up, we want to make sure that we are top of mind. So those are all very timely as we roll them out. Of course, Father's Day and Mother's Day is mom and dad's time to shine. We roll that out in a fun way of, hey, this isn't just don't get dad another mug or another tie. Come bring him out for a go-kart race and create those lasting memories and have a great time with dad. So we always like to spin it in a way that makes sense seasonally and on the calendar for our guests. Our back to school bash was a lot of fun. We run that in the month of August. We're well aware that business starts to slow down a little bit in August, right? People have been traveling all summer. They're back to school shopping. They're spending a lot of money, right? So just keeping that at the forefront of your mind, it helps to, okay, let's throw some promos out there. Let's run this in the month of August and encourage the parents to bring their kids out for one last fun family hoorah at a way that won't break the bank. And it works. It really does work well when you keep the customer's mindset at the forefront of your decisions.
100%. And out of all the events that you guys do at Route 7, which one is your favorite?
Oh my goodness. I love haunted laser tag coming up. It is what we run in the month of October. And it is just so out of the element for us normally, right? We're very red, white, and blue, American energy, family fun. And this is a way that we can kind of step a little bit out of character. We transform haunted laser tag entirely with a lot of fun props and the whole facility. And it's just a lot of fun.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, we had a boo bash at ours, which I had a smaller kids facility, 8 and under. So it was hard to get on the edge of not being too creepy. But with you
Right.
guys, I'm sure you can do that. How cool is that?
Absolutely. It is a lot of fun. We do have a lot of moms calling, how scary is it exactly? I'm like, well, it depends. I don't know.
Scary enough for maybe your 6-year-old, but not for your 13-year-old.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, so speaking of age ranges then, so you guys serve really a wide variety from, kids all the way to probably seniors. So what's been your strategy to reach all of the different audiences while keeping your brand consistent?
Yes, that's a great question. And we've actually had to make a lot of changes since opening to really fit our strategy. When we first opened back in October of 2021, we had some different attractions. We had a ginormous 3-story playground right in the center of our facility. And that, of course, was a huge draw to the itty bitties, right? And the moms that wanted to sit in air conditioning while their kids played. But as our corporate events really started to take off, we started to realize this is not working. We kind of had a foot in both worlds, and we didn't really want to be lumped in with the sky zones and the urban airs because that put us almost in a pricing war that we could not win. Right. We had double the attractions, triple the attractions sometimes in these other places. But in the eye of a customer, it almost was apples to apples, right? Even though to us it was apples to oranges. So we said, okay, this is not working. We need to remove the play structure. And that's what we did. We got a lot of backlash from a very specific clientele, right? Of moms with little ones. But now they're fine because the kids have grown into the rest of the facility, right? So it was a risky move doing that, but it has proven to be the right move tenfold. Our corporate events have absolutely taken off. We've gotten so many more adult crowds coming in. We expanded our bar. We added a full liquor bar. We added the crazy darts and the axe throwing. So, and we just realized that kids are just a natural byproduct of this industry. You don't necessarily need to have a ginormous playground structure to draw them in. There's still plenty for them to do.
That's awesome. Yeah, that takes guts to be able to make decisions. Like, you know that you're going to get the backlash, but I'm glad that you guys prevailed and you didn't listen to all the noise in it because ultimately it benefited you guys
Oh,
tenfold. So,
absolutely did. Absolutely did. So it was a great decision and we're glad that we did it.
no, that's awesome, guys. So, you guys have been in business since 2021. You guys have been
Yes.
with PCS since 2021.
Yes.
What PCS tools have been the most impactful for you guys so far and why?
Oh my goodness. I love PCS. PCS started with us in our party booking software, which was huge. Obviously, events are our bread and butter in this industry. Birthday parties are a cornerstone for us. And that has just made the process so seamless on both sides because it's able to manage those little tiny details, right? They say the devil's in the details. That is so true. And I can promise you with birthday party moms, they don't let you forget anything. So it has really been our holy grail, the booking software. It's made it easier on our team. It's made it easier on the guests. They can see all of their options. So that is definitely one of our favorites. And over the years, we've also added on our email marketing and we have added on the ads, the digital ads, which have been favorites in my pocket as the marketing manager. It is just a way that I can know that though that follow up and campaigns are going off as scheduled in the way that we had planned previously. We have our planning sessions and I can free up my mind and my eyes to focus on the creative details and go more on the offense of what's coming next.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so Morgan is new and she's doing ads. Like she's new to PCS, she's not new to ads, but she has
Okay.
been crushing it. And I know that you guys have been
Okay.
working so well together. So
Yes, we have a
I'm
great relationship.
good. I'm so glad that it's working out for you guys. And I mean, marketing, it's always evolving. What do you guys do to balance creating buzz for current events, promos, kind of be like building Route Seven's long-term brand in the community?
Yeah, absolutely. We have adjusted our marketing strategy a lot. We started a lot being very commercial heavy, and then we realized I don't really think that's returning the results that we want. And it's also very pricey, right? The billboards and the commercials, and that's how we started. And so we said, you know what, let's pivot a little bit more to social media and really be able to track every single dollar and where it's going and help us really connect more directly with people. And so we started switching gears, leaning a lot more heavily into our digital ads, our social media content. And that has really been a huge game changer for us. I think it gives people the chance to feel a lot more connected to you, even though it's just an online account, right? They get to see firsthand, they get the behind the scenes, and it's helped a lot in our customer engagement.
That's awesome. As far as like your socials go, which platforms are you on and which one is your favorite platform?
So we are on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I am a little bit older. I'm in the millennial zone. So I am not the biggest fan of TikTok. I still don't really know how to use it. Thank goodness we have a TikTok girl. But my favorite is Instagram. I think it's a lot of fun. It's really just more of like that video, fun, interactive. Facebook, we get a lot of the grandmas on Facebook that
Yeah.
love to comment and share, which is always fun and hilarious to check in on. But Instagram is my favorite.
Awesome. And behind every campaign that you guys have is a team, right? So you start working on and collaborating on this idea of an event or something that you want to put together. How
Mhm.
does that translate to the buy-in with the staff, and how does that create a great guest experience? How do you get the buy-in and how do you execute from idea to finish?
Yes. So communication is key in our organization. We are a huge team from our management group to all of our 60 something employees, right? So
Wow.
when we have it starts with our management group, we have our weekly meetings, we decide okay, what is upcoming. Ops helps figure out the package pricing, the marketing team helps figure out okay, what is top of mind for people, what do we want to push this month, and we kind of collaborate together and find that happy median. And then ops has to, right, in managing, or sorry, marketing can promise, right, online and showcase this amazing thing. But if ops doesn't deliver, then really nothing matters. So we just have to work very, very closely as a team to make sure that exactly what we present and promise the customer is what they're going to receive and get delivered when they step in. And when that does happen, it's a beautiful scene, right? The customers are happy, we're happy, everything is buzzing. So it's really very tight communication.
Good. Yeah. Agree that communication is key in that. I mean, you've got to have the buy-in for even the youngest staff members, your 16, your 17-year-olds. Like, if they're not behind it or they don't understand, yeah, it could
Absolutely.
roll downhill very quickly. But it sounds like you guys have everything in order and you guys have a great staff and you have great events. I mean, you had a sold out event, I think, a couple months ago. So I think it was
Yes,
Bingo or something like that, right?
our race league consistently sells out, especially now that we've started pushing it with our Google ads. Shout out to Morgan. It's a crowd favorite, and the locals love it. It's the guys' time to shine.
There we go. So, if another FEC operator asked you for advice, I know you've shared like so many great stories and so much great advice already, but what's maybe a marketing insight or lesson you would share from your time at Route 7?
I would say to not try to be everything to everyone all the time. Focusing on one story, one feeling, one promotion at a time, and doing it really, really well sticks so much more instead of creating so much noise at once. So I think as long as you keep that mindset, because it can be so overwhelming, right? Trying to just constantly market everything all the time to everyone, and really, it just creates noise. So as long as you just focus on one thing at a time and doing it really well, the consistency will always outperform complexity every time.
Amazing advice. Totally agree with that. Awesome. Well, kind of to wrap up, what is your favorite part about working in the industry and what PCS feature make and tool makes your job easier day to day?
Oh my goodness, this industry, there is never a dull moment. It's so much fun working with my family, but it's even more fun creating just joy and memories and experience. There's just an energy in this industry that's hard to match. So that is probably my favorite part. My favorite PCS tools personally are I love our marketing suite. Oh my goodness. It helps me stay organized. It helps me keep multiple campaigns running at one time without losing that customer attention and attention to detail, while freeing up my mind to focus on everything else that I need to focus on. So that has been a lifesaver for me.
Great. Well, that's what we're here for. We want to make your life easier, right?
Yes, and you guys do. And we so appreciate it.
Yeah, and I totally agree with the industry. I came from not a fun industry. It was like a lot of negativity and just like complaining all the time in customer service. And when you switch over to the FEC world, you just have positivity, people coming in great moods. They're either hosting a birthday party, they're coming in to play, they're with their friends or with their family. And it was just such a weight off your shoulders just to see that you're impacting those days in a positive way.
Absolutely. A breath of fresh air for sure.
Absolutely. Well, Christina, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Party Center Speaks. It's been a real pleasure chatting with you, and I can't wait to see all the exciting things ahead for Route 7 in 2025 and beyond. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, Danielle. It was a pleasure.
Yep. And thank you to the listeners for tuning in to this episode of Party Center Speaks. We hope today's conversation was both fun, helpful for your journey in the FEC industry. Have questions or feedback? Want to suggest a future guest or topic? Please email us at marketing@partycentersoftware.com. This podcast is released every Thursday, so be sure to subscribe, never miss an episode. PCS is powered by Party Center Software, your all-in-one platform for party bookings, facility management, and growing your business. From website design to SEO, marketing services, and social media support, we're here to help you reach your goals. So to learn more about us, our solutions, our vendor program, visit partycentersoftware.com and follow us on social media. Until next time, thanks for listening, and we will see you on the next episode.